WTIM. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I am your host, Grayson Bauman, and joining us in this segment, Joe Torres, Environmental Health Director, and Chelsea Davis, Director of Nursing with the Christian County Health Department. To the both of you, good morning. How are we?
Doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well on this. I'm glad to hear that we're doing all right on yours. We're going to start with Joe here today, talking a little bit about licensing, registering your restaurants and things of that nature. Tell us what's going on with that.
Sure. So every year we do send out a renewal letter to our establishments that do have permits for that current year. We did send them out on the 31st of October. So be looking for those in your mailbox. If you have not received them, I would say by the 1st of December, please give us a call so we can make sure we got the mailing address right and that you get those in time. There is, they are due by the 31st of December. If they're not in and paid by that time with everything that's required, there are late fees, and they are an accrued late fee. So they kind of compound and build up, and we don't want people to pay more for late fees than they do for their license.
I'm sure. And also just to get it done by the end of the year, probably too.
Yes.
Would probably be a part of that as well. Those renewals, I remember we were talking once, and this was a few months back. So if I'm going to take us down a path that is not correct, you tell me. We were talking about rolling out like a gold, silver, and like bronze type of deal, or like a platinum, maybe even to start. And that was going to help you with your with your renewal and your licensing and things like that. But if I remember correctly, we were kind of using this year as, okay, we'll give you the designation, and then maybe next year that would go into place. Am I even anywhere near?
So no. So we've been doing this already for a couple of years. So this year will be the first year if you qualify for a diamond permit, meaning you've had, a gold status for 3 years in a row, meaning your violations are low. You're in good in compliance with the health department. If you have violations that need corrected, you do them on time. This will be the first year that diamonds will roll out. So there are, I think there's about 23 places that have diamond status right now for 2026. So good job. And just, those ones that, have gotten gold this year, keep up the good work, and you'll get there. So gold, you get 10% off your renewal, your application, and then diamond is a 30% off. So that was the discount was already included in your letter. So we applied that already. So your total will reflect that.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like talking crazy. It was kind of that main thing with that. But that as you were talking there, I do kind of remember that we needed the 3 years of gold to then become maybe a diamond permit holder. But then the case with that too, that's rewarding you for having 3 solid years of being a gold, we'll say, status member. And 23 of them seems to me like a pretty good deal there. Yeah. So sorry if I took you down a path.
No, that's good.
We didn't need to go down, but the memory was hitting me there. And I just thought to ask about that. So that is a look at renewals, but you also wanted to talk to me about cottage food licenses as well in this conversation. What about those?
So cottage food is another license that we issue at the health department. It is an annual license, meaning it runs from January 1st, or from when you apply, until December 31st of the year. So those individuals who have current cottage food licenses, we did send out renewal letters to you as well. Those are also due by the 31st of December, just so you can continue your operations into 2026. There are late fees associated if you don't have those in time as well. If you're not participating in cottage food, say you were doing it and you were like, this isn't working out for me, I don't like going to different places to do it, it's just not my thing. We did send an acknowledgement form in your letter, just saying you decline that you're going to operate in 2026. And if you choose to operate later, like maybe in September, you're like, maybe I want to try it out for the holidays, that you will let us know so we can kind of get you back up and running before,
whenever you're wanting to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing with the licenses as well, it's more or less like
Correct.
get yourself taken care of for next year, so you can just jump into next year and know we're all good.
Correct. And then also with cottage food, it's the application. It's $50, and then you submit any new labels that if you maybe you have a new product, like you're making chocolate chip cookies now, send us the label for that. You don't have to send us all your labels all over again because we've already approved those. So it's a little easier for you to submit that.
I realized that was part of it, where it's like, so say I'm serving 20 food items, you need to basically know I would assume like the nutritional value, or maybe not nutritional value, but like what actually went into
ingredients.
Making it.
Yeah, we want to make sure, that we want to make sure that the ingredients is reflective of what they're selling, but also if there's allergens, like if it's peanuts, we want to see that. The application says to send in one label per product category. We ask cottage food vendors to send them all in so we can kind of give an overview. Because if you're saying I'm serving a cookie and you show me a chocolate chip cookie, and then you have a peanut butter cookie and you don't show me your label for your peanut butter and you don't have the allergens listed right, you could be in a world of trouble.
And you'd rather not be.
Yeah.
I can understand that for sure. So anything, Joe, anything else you'd like to tell us about either the renewals, the cottage food licenses, or anything else you've got going on?
No, I mean, that's it. The one additional thing that we did send out this year is for our private sewage contractors. Once again, private sewage contractors are required to register within the county if they're working here. We did send out renewal letters for them, and we would like them to also get registered, if they're going to be planning on the new year as well.
Okay, so is that just like a plumbing company? Is that something more like an outhouse, kind of like
No, if they're going to like install a private sewage system like a septic tank, or if they're doing any pumping activities. So say they go up to, say if I had a septic tank and they needed cleaned and they needed it pumped out, you have to register as a pumper.
Okay. Okay. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I wasn't off track with you there.
So we did send letters out as well to those individuals. And so be on the lookout for that in your mailbox.
Okay. So it sounds like we've got these out plenty early. We're looking for them back by the end of the year, December 31st.
Yep.
The earlier, probably the better, but no problem as long as it's due by December 31st. And you probably don't want those compounding late fees to start stacking up.
Correct.
Okay.
And then also just, keep them, the letter that we sent out really specifies what you need to submit. So really take the time to look at that letter, because an incomplete application will also result in late fees if we don't have all the right information on time.
Okay. Well, if it's clearly laid out, then that's on you as the recipient then to make sure that you've provided everything needed. So the best way of actually paying those is probably just sending it back then, I would assume, and sending that information, just mailing it back.
Yep. You can send it, check, money order to the health department, or you can stop in. You can call, pay over the phone.
Plenty of ways and easy enough to do so. Well, Joe, that is a look at renewals, cottage food licenses, also with private sewage contractors as well. So that is a look at everything that's needed by December 31st, as long as we don't want some compounding late fees attached with it. We're also joined today by Director of Nursing, Chelsea Davis. Chelsea, what's going on with you?
Hi. So I wanted to talk today about vaccines and about making sure that everybody is getting their recommended holiday or respiratory season vaccines before the holidays come.
And they're coming quick, as we are just a few weeks away. So what kind of vaccines are you recommending maybe right now? What are the things that you're seeing and pushing out to the community?
So I'm recommending that everybody get the flu vaccine. I get it for myself and my children. And I recommend high dose flu for anyone 65 and over. We have that at the health department. You can bring in your insurance card and it's at no cost to you. Also, COVID. I recommend that, and RSV.
Okay. RSV on top of that. Can we talk about the RSV vaccine for just a moment here? Because RSV, growing up, I really swear I never heard of RSV or didn't hear about it as often as we do now. Is that something that is really starting to get a lot more attention? Is that the case? Or is it starting to be a lot more common? Or am I nowhere in between? I mean, what's going on there?
Well, RSV stands for respiratory syncytial virus, and it's been something that's been around for ages. We just really would like children or infants and the elderly to get vaccinated. So we have the RSV vaccine for children up to 8 months of age at the health department. And we really recommend they get that because RSV can put an infant in the hospital. It can really, it's not good.
Yeah.
We also recommend it for pregnant women between 32 and 36 weeks gestation during respiratory RSV season to give their babies when they come out added protections against RSV, and the elderly as well. So if you're over 65, we recommend the RSV vaccine because your immune system is low. So
not where it maybe used to be. A quick question for you there then with RSV. So you mentioned like newborns, kind of maybe young children, and then up to like elderly, but there's a big gap obviously in between. What is it about RSV that gets is it just the fact that it's kind of attacking a lowered immune system, and maybe somebody like myself, a little bit older, like ourselves here, we're okay? What's the difference there?
So our immune system, as in between, when you're a child to when you're elderly, is more robust. So it's more capable of fighting off this respiratory virus.
Hey, that's fine by me. If that works for you, that's fine by me, because I just wonder like where that gap kind of is, and so to know that it just is interesting. And maybe because by the time I was old enough to really think for myself, RSV probably wasn't a thing for me at least. So
right. Well, if we were to get RSV, it would just be like a small cold. It wouldn't be anything that would be dangerous to us, but it would be dangerous to infants and dangerous to the elderly.
Okay. So the recommended vaccines right now as we make our way into holiday season just around the corner: flu, COVID, and RSV. Okay, we're going to come back and we're going to talk more with the Christian County Health Department. I've got two members of it, Joe Torres, Environmental Health Director, and Chelsea Davis, Director of Nursing with the Christian County Health Department. We'll be right back talking more about their recommendations here on WTIM, your information station.
The Lady Tornado basketball team are on 96.5 thechill.com again this season. Listen on air or online for Lady Tornado basketball and playoff games, brought to you by the Taylorville Community Credit Union, the Christian County YMCA, Rural Rentals, and Scooters Coffee.
The purple and gold are coming your way. The Taylorville Tornadoes are going to do it today.
The stress of your day melts away the moment you step into a Viking spa or take the plunge in a refreshing cold tub from Southern Ledge Pools and Patios in Taylorville. Stop in today and see our full line of spas, pools, and outdoor fun essentials. And this month only, enjoy 10% off syrups, spices, and any floats in store. Transform your backyard into a getaway with Southern Ledge Pools and Patios in Taylorville, your outdoor fun creator.
Taylorville Care Center's personalized therapy program helps you get back to enjoying the season. Whether it's pumpkin patch visits, Friday night football, or autumn walks with the grandkids, we'll get you moving again. You'll have a private room, great medical care, and the therapy you need to get going again. If you've been in the hospital or just need a little boost, call Taylorville Care Center at 824-9636. 824-9636. Taylorville Care Center, caring for our community for over 50 years.
Double your impact with sight and sound. Reach customers through our 6 regional radio stations. Plus, capture their attention with our 36 by 72-inch digital billboard right on Route 29 in Taylorville. That's nearly 11,000 drivers seeing your message every single day while they're already listening to your radio ads. Ready to maximize your reach? Call your regional radio account manager today and put your business in front of eyes and ears across Central Illinois. Regional radio is where your message gets noticed.
Finding a local job in Central Illinois has never been easier. Don't waste time driving far or spending too much on gas. Visit IllinoisJobPost.com. It's your one-stop site to find local, full-time, and part-time job openings. Best of all, it's completely free for job seekers to access anytime, day or night. So if you're ready to land a job close to home, make IllinoisJobPost.com your first stop. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. Brought to you by your friends at the regional radio station.
At People's Bank and Trust, they help their consumer and business customers spend their time living their life, not explaining it. At People's Bank and Trust, they put people first. Find out how they can help you by clicking their banner ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson from Advanced Title. Whether selling your home on your own or through your local realtor, please give us a call at 824-8007 for all your title work needs.
WTIM.
And we're back with our WTIM morning show here on your information station and brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us in this segment, we've got Joe Torres, Environmental Health Director, and Chelsea Davis, Director of Nursing with the Christian County Health Department. Where we left off, we were having a conversation with Chelsea about the recommended vaccines as we get into this holiday season. She's recommending the flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines for those in those brackets, those age brackets that we discussed just moments ago. But maybe how do we get these vaccines if there is not a whole lot of availability that we know about? One way of doing so is something you've got coming up for us to talk about here. You mentioned pop-in clinic. What's going on for you, Chelsea?
So on November 21st, we're doing something we're calling a pop-in clinic at Assumption, Stonington, Mount Auburn, and Edinburgh. So on the 21st, we're going to start in Assumption, and we'll be at the Village Hall from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then we're going to go to Stonington, and we'll be at their Village Hall from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then we're going to go to Mount Auburn, and we'll be at their Village Hall from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then Edinburgh, and we'll be at their community building from 3 to 4 p.m.
Okay.
They're available to give you flu, COVID, RSV, whatever you might need.
So all of those on November 21st, and we're just going to keep popping through the little towns that surround us here and take care of our surrounding area as part of Christian County. So November 21st, Assumption, Stonington, Mount Auburn, and Edinburgh. We've got flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines on hand when we're doing so?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the big three that Chelsea is recommending, we'll call it. Not Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and those folks, but we've got the big three that we're recommending there. You mentioned also earlier, just in terms of getting the vaccine administered, bringing that like health insurance card and things of that nature. Still the same case for these
Absolutely.
pop-in?
Just bring your insurance card and we'll get you taken care of.
Okay, nothing like a previous vaccination record. I don't need to know like, hey, I got a COVID bump maybe 6 months ago, anything like that will be okay?
I need to know if you've had COVID within the last 3 months before administering your vaccine. And I need to know if you've ever had the RSV vaccine before, because that at the moment is kind of a one and done vaccine. So if you get RSV this year, you don't need it next year.
Okay.
Or if you've had it last year, you don't need it this year.
Gotcha. So that is, there are a couple things with vaccines that always, it's interesting. And I know that vaccines have become more of a conversation as of late too, on the federal level. But recommending the flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. We have pop-in clinics coming to Assumption, Stonington, Mount Auburn, and Edinburgh on November 21st, right in time for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to tell us about vaccines, recommendations, anything else going on with the Christian County Health Department that you'd like to fill us in on?
Everything's going great. I'm glad that we've been able to go out in the community and see everybody with our drive-through flu clinics here in Taylorville and in Pana. It's been wonderful.
Good. One thing I do want to note too is if you're able to come to the health department, this is something that you could do during your regular hours, or is this is something I could just walk up to the health department and say, hey, I'm in need of a flu vaccine. What can you do for me?
Absolutely. We're open every day from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then again from 1 to 4. And we would be happy to give you your flu vaccine or COVID or RSV.
Okay. Any other vaccines that you have on hand? Or is that really like the three that, most notable, but anything else that maybe would surprise people?
No, we have all of the childhood immunizations that one would need. We also have routine or adult immunizations. A lot of people need immunizations when they return to college for a medical degree. So we have all of those. Anything you'd need, we have it there at the health department.
Okay. Just wanted to see. I figured that was the case, but just wanted to see. Well, guys, I think we're just about out of time. Joe, Chelsea, thanks for joining us here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Of course, Joe Torres, Environmental Health Director, and Chelsea Davis, Director of Nursing with the Christian County Health Department, talking vaccines, licensing, renewals, and more here on the WTIM Morning Show. It's brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. We'll be right back in just one moment.
Your information station, WTIM.
With SRN News, I'm